So, as we all know, one of the films I've really hated so far this year is Pain and Gain, done by Michael Bay, starring Dwayne Johnson. I'm out of cocoa, so. But, just because this based on a true story film was terrible, doesn't mean there aren't some other good based on true story movies coming out. Case in point, this week's Talkin' Trailers. So, cue title scene.
I got this old guitar, the strings are rusty, but it's
Okay, so the name of this film is The Butler. And when most people think butlers, they think like, the smart aleck characters like Alfred from the Batman movies or Jeffrey from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. But this film takes things, from the looks of things, kind of to another level. This is based on the true story of the White House staff. They're kind of the people who we often forget about a lot of times. The thing is that the White House, I think, employs well over 200 staff members. And again, when you look at everything that's happened in history, we've never really gotten their perspective. And with the success of movies like The Help, we can see that there is a place in major motion pictures for films that tell stories from the perspective of the people who might not be directly involved, but oftentimes have to deal with the more quiet and reserved after effects. This film, I think, from the looks of things, will really orchestrate that. Basically, it just shows the main character, played by Forrest Whitaker. He's a black butler, grew up on a cotton plantation, and actually somehow makes it to the White House and becomes the butler from what looks like first Dwight Eisenhower to Jack Kennedy, maybe LBJ. Before we go any further, I should probably explain that when I do talking trailers, very rarely have I looked into things afterwards. Because the thing is, the point of a trailer is to elicit your first response. It's to get you curious, thinking. Even if, because again, most of the time people see trailers when they go to the movies. Once the movie starts, they forget all about the trailer. But the trailer's job, its job is to make you remember it. Maybe not at first, but in a few weeks, a month, right before you hear about the movie again, you'll think about that trailer that stood out to you. This trailer will stand out to people. Not only the fact that it's got some interesting people in it. You've got Alan Rickman playing a character. Robin Williams will be playing President Eisenhower. You have this very interesting cast consisting of a lot of actors from a lot of different genres. And Oprah. The thing is that I'm not sure based on this trailer if it fully shows everyone working together. But from what it does show, it definitely shows the principal characters are very serious. That's another thing. I don't really know how much of this is true. Whenever I hear based on a true story, I always get very cautious. For those of you who saw the movie The Fourth Kind, you know what I'm talking about. For those of you who have not seen the movie The Fourth Kind, stay away. And the thing is that this film, though it might have a couple flaws, and I'm sure when it comes out there's going to be issues, the thing is that very rarely in our society can a movie come out like this that doesn't sort of elicit controversy. And again, it was one thing, I feel 42 didn't cause as much trouble as like some films like Zero Dark 30 or The Help, because it was a story everyone who isn't crazy or a racist knows and really has been wanting to see on film, plus it's baseball, and hey, that's an American thing. This film will probably rustle up some feathers. I think it's very interesting that it shows life as it progresses both in the White House and the world around it, implementing the civil rights movement, the Freedom Riders. I'm really curious to see how the Ku Klux Klan plays a big role in the film. There's a scene with that. It's just a very fascinating trailer. Does it have kind of its flaws? Yeah. But the thing is that this film is a long ways away. It won't come out till Oscar season starts. The thing is, and I'm sure many people are going to say, oh, it's just like 42 showing them oppressed people razzing. But the thing is realistically speaking, this will come out in the fall when more of like serious people and critics are paying attention to movies. In the spring and right when the year starts, no one really cares. They're paying attention to the Oscars and other award shows which take their awards from, well, still the year prior. Then you have the summer, which is all about big action-packed blockbusters, which there are a lot of this year. And then you get to the fall. Films now are as distracting. You don't have big budget popcorn movies. Kids are back in school, so there's no real point in the studio constantly shoving the stuff down their throats in the theater. You really get a chance to see some very intelligent but still very entertaining films, and that's what I think this movie's going to be. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it will mostly just appeal to history buffs like myself, but I feel it is going to have mainstream appeal, and it's just a very nice looking movie, very well put together. So, we'll see what happens. As a trailer, like I said, there are a couple flaws. I don't think they showcase the cast very well. They show guys like Alan Rickman being in the film. They don't even say who's playing in the trailer. They show Oprah. I'm not a big Oprah fan. I don't know. But again, this just seems like an interesting movie, and I think it's going to be worth seeing. On the trailer scale, I'm going to give it a solid 9 out of 10. Because even though it has a couple flaws, it showcases what a trailer should. And that's whatever you need it to show you.